All of us want to create the best experience for our customers through the products and services that we provide, through the businesses that we run. However, doing that is tough. If you are an entrepreneur, founder, business owner, this is something that is probably something you work on your business every day, something that you're thinking about it. And here's the thing, you might be going about it the wrong way. I'll explain, watch on. So this place is a lot more crowded than I expected. And I'm going to change my mask because this mask is way too tight. I'm on my way to my gate right now. It's been so long since I last came to the airport. It's insane. It feels like a whole new experience again. This has 4 shots of espresso in this. So I just landed in Hong Kong. Wow, the transfer is taking ridiculously long. Like, I think I walked the whole terminal already. They give us little like transfer cards, transit cards, but I have no idea where I'm going. I've walked like 5 or 6 travel laters since exiting the aircraft, and I'm still trying to find out where I'm going. The good thing is everybody here has the card, so I know I'm not the only one if I'm lost. So we'll see what happens. I'm now at Hong Kong airport. This is the first time I'm flying after about 2 years, I think, and I'm finally going snowboarding again. Probably the only reason why I'm going to fly. So when my plane touched down at Hong Kong, it's a transit. I didn't expect the transit to be so long. It took me about 25 minutes to clear it. Interesting fact, I learned that the Americans call the act of getting off a plane deplaning, and that if you are non-American, you just say that you are disembarking. Probably just learned that a few years ago. But anyways, I disembarked or deplaned and took like 25 minutes just to get to my new gate. Now this experience reminded me of a story that I learned of a few years ago. It's got to do with, I think, Chicago's international airport, the O'Hare airport, I think it was. Because it's an international airport, it serves millions of passengers, and there's an incredible volume of passengers that go through the airport every single day, especially pre-COVID times. One of the problems that the airport faced was that customer satisfaction rates were plummeting. It was at an all-time low. People were getting pissed off. They were getting to their gates, or they were getting to the customs, and they were waiting a very long time for their baggage to arrive, and therefore people were unhappy. Now this is a problem that we face in business all the time. There's a logical way to do it,
And there's a psychological way to do it as well. And when I read about what they did, it blew my mind. As a business owner, founder, entrepreneur, we want to optimize everything all the time, right? Because it helps business. It helps our top line, it helps our bottom line. We get a better business after all, right? What Chicago Airport could have done was to spend a lot of money, probably millions, improving how fast the baggage, the customer's baggage, could be taken off the plane and sent to the the carousels where they will be picked up. That is the logical way of doing things, and that's something that most of us oftentimes default to. It's actually the most straightforward, the most direct. Now, there is a psychological way to do things as well. The psychological way to do things is to really examine what happens in that process, and how you can really make sure that people aren't feeling that unhappiness. If you break down that process, what happens is the passenger lands, deplanes, walks all the way to the gate, and finds out that the baggage isn't there yet. Psychologically, that's bad, right? Because they have to wait with nothing to do at the carousel before their baggage arrives, maybe after like 15 minutes. That waiting period is something that needs to be eliminated. What happens if you remove the waiting period by extending the amount of time that the person takes from deplaning to the carousel? And that's what Chicago Airport did. So psychologically, what they did was to move the plane's gate all the way to the back, so that the passenger has to walk a further distance. Now, you might think this makes it an overall unhappy experience for the customer, but they found that customer satisfaction rates went up. And I can see why, right? Customers who get off the plane, they take a walk and they're engaged in the walk because they're still on that journey from deplaning to the carousel, and there's something to do. It occupies them. They're not spending their time waiting. And in the meantime, the baggage can get sorted, can get picked up, and then get sent all the way to the carousel. Solves the problem in a really, really affordable fashion. All they had to do was to shift the gates further back, and the problem was solved. Now we can apply that mindset to most of the things that we work on in business as well. There is a logical way of doing things and getting optimized and fixing problems, but there is also a psychological way of doing things that oftentimes costs just fractions of the resources needed, fractions of the cost needed to achieve the same result. I think this really goes back to the way of thinking that we have as entrepreneurs. We really need to be a lot more creative in the way that we think about how we can solve problems, and it comes across in the solutions that we deliver. Oftentimes the most direct, the most logical, the most straightforward, the one that everybody thinks of is a solution that isn't the best. This is something that I need to work on as well. I'm constantly asking myself if there is another way of doing it, if there is a better way of approaching the problem, if there is another side of things that I am not seeing. Because if you do see that, that's gonna give you the kind of advantage that many other entrepreneurs, many other people don't. So I hope this lesson, this story resonates with you. If it does, drop me a comment down below. Let me know you like it by liking the video or by sharing it with someone. Subscribe to the channel as well so that you get notified whenever I put out videos like this. And take care. I will see you in San Francisco or maybe Singapore. We'll see.